Hello guys and welcome back to LA Noire. Today we're going to be doing the fourth case on the Vice desk, the Naked City. So without further ado, let's get into this. Load this up. Right, so I don't really remember this one, but I'm sure as we play it, I'm probably going to remember. Because that's what's been happening recently. I think, I don't remember this one, but then we get about 5-10 minutes in and I go, oh, I do remember this one. So we're going to have to see.
187 at 5810 Murata Avenue. Homicide wants you over there. The coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the army morphine. Don't say anything, Roy. Just get over there.
Yes, please bear in mind, again, we are with the station's arsehole, Roy Earl, so...
What's with that getup of yours anyway? I should start introducing us as Detective Earl, and this is my science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
Your interest in my appearance is starting to get me worrying.
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now. People judge me with you on my arm same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
Wow.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
But yeah, so, as I was saying before Roy interrupted me, Roy is the station's arsehole, and he is a racist, he's an anti-Semitic, he's a homophobe, he is everything negative. So, if that's something you don't really want to hear, and it's something you don't really have the stomach for at the moment, then I suggest you don't watch this. Thank you.
Seem distracted.
We recovered the morphine. Some of it might be unaccounted for, so what? That's life. We did our job.
Closing one case opens another.
Do you have any idea what is really going on while we're wasting our time following this stuff?
Are you going to tell me?
The deals being done right now will change the face of LA forever, and we're wasting our time on some hump.
Someone's little girl.
Visit the morgue at the end of the month when the John and Jane Does are cremated. Their percentages. The odds for and against lightning striking.
You're a saint, Roy. A fucking saint. By saint, I mean cunt, before someone thinks something serious. Only good thing about Roy, I keep saying it, is he's got a nice car. In fact, he's got a convertible Lincoln Continental, makes this bearable.
It's much more
I think he has the best car out of...
Phelps.
I think he has the best car out of all four of the cars you get in the game. Right. Left here. Remember I saw a Lincoln Continental in England not so long ago. I was quite surprised actually that I saw one of these. Anyway, here we are, the murder scene. 2:15. Oh, not 2:15, sorry, 25 past.
Second floor, apartment 6, in the back.
Alright, thank you very much. Guessing it's that one with the door open. Oh, Stefan!
Bukowski, you made homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
You two
Good
want
to
a
see you
hug?
too, mate.
Or can we get on
Rusty!
with it? Relax, Rusty.
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it
It's a nice little reunion.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills, falls asleep in the tub, rest in peace, case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
I like how they were nice to Roy, to Cole, but to Roy they were like, nope.
Gotta look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we
Rusty always thinks it's a waste of time.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I took a look?
Be my guest.
Okay, let's have a look.
Take a closer look at
Why have you got bruising on your neck?
Bruised pretty badly.
Yes. It's gotta be murder, right? Why she got... I don't even know what those are. Lacerations?
Very unusual ring.
Indeed, but
Could be
there's
wrong.
bruises on her
Looks like a
arms.
black sapphire.
There are bruises on her arms as well. Why?
Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Yeah, she's bit her nails off.
The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the Surrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought Surrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
Alright. If that's what you think, Mel. Insignificant. There's other parts of the crime scene in here, is there? What's this?
Quality English
Hello.
smoking jacket. I
Yes.
don't know anyone under
Savile Row,
45 would wear
London.
one.
Heskell and Shaw. Oh. A very expensive coat. And it's all the way in Los Angeles. If Savile Row sounds familiar, if you've seen the Kingsman films, that's where Eggsy gets his suits.
Looks like barbiturates.
Okay. What's this? A tin? It's got some...
Barbiturates. What else is rattling around in this thing?
Yeah, it's a bit... Oh. Julia Randall, take one
Describing both
one
drugs that make her
capsule
life a
after a
roller
meal
coaster.
once daily, 20 capsules, Benzodrine. Benzodrine, okay. Still got things to find. Excuse me. So, Rhea. Doesn't look that much. She wasn't English herself, was she? Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. I think you took enough pictures, no? We've got some photographs here.
This is all top end
She a
retail
model?
stuff. Gives us somewhere to look.
Guess that would explain the Savile Row jacket if she's a model. Okay. There's going to be a message at the back of one of these photographs.
There's been a modeling assignment.
Yeah. That much is clear. Oh, hello. I can't...
It's a place to start.
Dasani? Is that how you pronounce that? 6582 Hollywood Boulevard. I'm working Tuesday, 11 to 4. Come keep me company. Ask for Miss Randall. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Julia. Interesting. Anything behind this one?
Girl. Clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
No, certainly not, Cole. Certainly not indeed. No message. Hello. Awesome. Can we ask
I'm
you some
Detective
questions?
Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town.
Really?
Someone has to set her affairs in order.
That's interesting.
Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact.
Okay. Victim's state of
Was Miss
mind.
Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
Why she got sleeping pills then?
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynolds? Julia was obviously disturbed about something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Then why does she have sleeping pills? She wouldn't have sleeping pills if she was...
She was taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You must have seen them in her room.
You've seen the pillbox, the things she hid in there. I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star. A princess. Does modeling really pay that well?
Depends who you're modelling for. Victim's
Miss
personal
Randall
life.
have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Well, what about the man's smoking jacket in the
Why are
bedroom
you
with...
lying to me, Mrs. Reynolds? Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't prove that.
It's not speaking ill, it's helping with a murder investigation, dear. Come on. Catch on.
Who owns the smoking jacket?
I wouldn't like to tell tales, you understand. That's Mr. Henderson's. An older man, very distinguished looking.
Mr. Henderson.
He seemed very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry, I don't know. He said he lives in San Francisco.
But he's got a smoking jacket made at a tailor shop in London. That he'd have to go to London to acquire said tailor's jacket. Well, to acquire said smoking jacket. Right.
What was it like
Whatever.
working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Why's your voice squeaking?
Mrs.
Come
Reynolds,
on.
it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely
Uh-huh.
one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Clearly not,
Thanks,
no.
Mrs. Reynolds. You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home.
Right.
Devon, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
Alright, let's go.
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He
I
rarely
think so.
gets it wrong.
He does really get it
I don't
wrong.
know. I'm with Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
Of course you're with Galloway. Check the bins, see if I can't find a morphine syringe. Hello!
Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
I think our work is done here.
Shouldn't we be taking that? Where's our car? That's just a patrol car. This one's ours. Right. Let's go to the dress store first. I feel like that's the most, what's the word? Most relevant at the moment.
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Yeah, you could.
They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
Very judgmental, Roy. For a man who doesn't seem to have everything nailed down himself. Seems to have a lot of opinions about other people. You're not exactly a fucking saint, you know that?
This car
Why did
cost
he
me a
stop?
fortune, you moron.
Did it? That's a shame. I'm sure your mafia buddies will help you out, right? Oh no. I'm sure they'll help you out. What happened to Lincoln? Do Lincoln still make cars? Not so sure they do. Right, here we are, the dress shop. This was fucking ages away, can we just say that?
Well, hello.
Oh,
What can I
hello.
help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She's dead.
She was found dead this morning. How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Okay,
Could you tell us
believe
why
you.
you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses.
Right.
Wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Okay, fair enough.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd
Yes.
like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer.
I have to
Heather,
tell her that myself.
these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is
She's
she?
a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, a wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look?
See if it's also got a black sapphire in the middle.
That's some pearl, Miss Swanson.
No.
Cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you.
Okay, relationship
How
with
did you meet
Vixen.
Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Okay.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Okay. Informed of Mr.
Are
Henderson.
Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
I believe you.
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
Interesting.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
She wasn't when we got there. That was horrible. Alright, let's bounce. Right, Dr. Stillman's practice. Back the way we came.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
God damn it, come on. Right, let's go this way. Make a right. We're here. Dr. Stoneman's practice. Oh. Here we are. Guessing this is it. Must have an office in here somewhere. Just look for the gold door. Oh, this leads you outside. Maybe the elevator is the answer here. Yes, it is.
I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
Hello. Relationship with victim, okay. That's usually what's going to be the case, isn't it?
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No.
Not really.
We wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
Uh-huh. Relationship with
Do you
victim.
know Ms. Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
Don't mind, she got a prescription from 12 months ago.
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, Detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
Well, I found a prescription. Does that count?
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was
Yes.
jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine.
It's not illegal, Detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
Additional
You wrote
medications.
Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
I'm gonna have to give him
Benzedrine
more
is
than that, mate.
addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for
Very
now,
well.
Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
Okay. Right, we need to use a telephone. Oh, we'll use one outside. Don't really want to use that one. I'll use one outside. Bound to be one downstairs somewhere. Go on, Mum. Down the elevator we go. Awesome.
The old boy is lying.
Yes, he is.
About what?
I don't know.
He's lying about something, I can tell.
She was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
True. Okay, let's have a listen.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Where are you?
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Oh, Hollywood Receiving Hospital. Okay. Right, we'll get in the car and we'll go. Hollywood Receiving Hospital. How far away is that? Yeah, not too far. Oh, it's literally across from the police station. That's awesome.
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
Any in the vicinity officer needs assistance, 1825 North Highland Avenue, 1825 North Highland Avenue. Unit to handle code 2 identify.
Right. Just down the street here, I believe. Yes, there we are. Hollywood Receiving Hospital. Right. Hollywood Receiving Hospital. Hey Mal, he's in here somewhere. On the right, is he? Yes, coroner. No, this is his office. There he is.
Cole, Roy, I have some
Why,
information for you.
Who's the other woman?
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers.
Right.
Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning.
Okay.
Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening now.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Forgot. Thought I'd check these anyway, just in case. What have you got? What's this?
Sorry.
Home Comet.
I don't know if
It's a
it's
car.
significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine.
Huh.
Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Shut up, Roy. You prick. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. You're a twat. Right, room 2. Interview room 2. This one.
Mr.
Hello.
Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
Relationship with victim.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
She do other things as well, big man.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck-on-the-shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
Polite.
This will remain private. Heather won't have to know. Yes. We had relations.
Informed of Mr.
Miss
Henderson.
Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, Detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
Okay. Well, I'm afraid.
That's funny. Julia told her cleaning lady that he lived in San Francisco.
Okay, you got me. I don't know where he's from. Julia wanted money. She always wanted money.
I get that
Thought
feeling.
she could get something from this guy.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. You think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah. Maybe he and Julia were getting serious.
Okay.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
Come on, mate.
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Right.
You told us that you were in fashion?
That's right.
Henry Arnett, director. Arnett Clothing Emporium.
Salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. The Fighting Sixth.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
He's lying about being in the Marines.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
He's in that car at the lights.
The Continental? Right, another tailing mission. There's been a lot of these on the Vice desk, haven't there?
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
I don't. Find it insensitive. I mean, I don't see why you'd feel the need to lie about being in the military.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
So would I. But there's not really much else I can say about that, really, is there? Yeah, but yeah, I don't really see the point in lying about being in the military. I mean, either you were in it or you weren't. Why lie? You know? I think it's really insensitive if you lie about being in it, especially lying about being on Okinawa Beach. You know, that's...
Where are you
It's a
taking
very
us,
big
Henry?
thing to lie about. Is he pulling over there? Or is it just because he's on the right-hand side of the road? No, he's just on the right-hand side of the road. I was gonna say, there's nothing really to pull into here, is there? I remember GTA 4 having a lot of tailing missions as well. He's not going to pull over anytime soon if he's in the outside lane. Whatever. Whatever. Come on now.
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
No, he didn't. But we already established this, Cole. Where the hell is he going? He's pulled over. Bought and sold second-hand goods, a pawn shop. That's where he's going. Very interesting.
He needs money and fast.
He just pawned something, because that's a lot of cash.
I'll stick with him. See how he attends to spend the money. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Alright. Oh, look at these glass bottles. Oh, very nice. Oh, look, a jukebox. Oh. Is he still going? Yeah, he's still going. He's still going. I'm a good few feet away from him, so... Well, a good few meters, actually. Should be fine. Don't want to lose him, though, as well. Do want to bear that in mind. Like I say, there's been a lot of tailing missions, hasn't there? On the Vice desk. Oh, these are nice clocks. Where's it gone? Ooh. I was seen, apparently. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Oh, back here, are we? Okay, whatever.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Too much slack, I forget. You know what I might do? I might just stay on this side of the road, actually, because you're going to cross over to this side. Is that smart or dumb? We're about to find out. We're about to find out. I can see him over there. He's just by that blue sign, I think it is. I think it's a sign that says deals on it. Do a bit of a run. Do another one. I thought it was Courtney Sheldon then. Oh, these are nice magazines. Very nice magazines. Newspapers. Crossing the road now. He's nearly just been run over. Come on. Right, he's over there. Gaining. Where the hell is he going? Has he just gone in that? Tobacconist. Is that where he's just gone? Or has he gone down the alley? He's gone down the alleyway, hasn't he?
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
I can see him over there.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
There's enough slack there, mate. Travel company. Interesting. Where's he after going?
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
Mexico?
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
Running from something.
LAPD. The man who just came in here. He bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
What did he sell?
My God. It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over. The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
I can't read that. Dearest Beverly, with the affectionate... Can't read that, to be honest. Awesome. Right, now,
Go
yes.
ahead, KGPL.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Homicide detectives Bukowski and Galloway have information relating to the Randall case.
Roger, KGPL. 11K, en route.
Alright, we'll do that in a second, but for now, let me just use the telephone.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thanks.
Thank you. Right, let's go check in with him before we head back to the station.
A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus two dames always equals problems.
Or maybe he knows about it and so he doesn't spill the beans. He's leaving. That's my guess. Pardon me. I don't think he's done it. I just think he knows who has. And because he knows he's probably going to be interrogated again at some point, he doesn't want to break and spill all the details. I could still be wrong about that, but that's just my theory. That's my theory. Oh.
Come on, let's give him a hand. Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Oh.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Right, I'll help the patrolman. Roy's got the little prick in the alley. Oh, he's shooting at Roy. There's 3 of them now. Shot him in his hand.
Throw out the guns. I'm gonna put holes in you, asshole. Your move, mister. Come get me.
Your move, creep.
Find some cover. Son of a bitch shot me.
Come on, he's gotta be... Hit the floor, man. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Right, he's done. Only one left. Trying to aim for feet so we can...
Pile in, goddammit. He can't get us all.
Ah, you bitch. There we go.
Thanks.
No worries.
Standing warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. We nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he
Willie?
was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
Willie. Okay, let's head back to Hollywood Station.
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't... It won't take much to keep one girl down, in all seriousness. Not speaking from experience before anybody goes that. Right. This has been a long case, hasn't it? How long have we been recording for? I'll check in a second. How long we've been recording for. Here we are anyway. Back at Hollywood. I nearly called it Central.
We caught up with Mal. He's given us the dope on LeBlanc. He worked burglaries with a big guy. Goes by the name of Willie. He might be our killer. Can you work boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff?
Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of a...
That's where our net comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
The guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of him.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
You could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy? Stefan?
Finbar?
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you.
Nice to know you all talk about me. I know there's a reason I like Stefan. Yeah, cigarette case. Oh, a black sapphire ring is
Julia
quite...
Randall's ring. It's here.
Yes. Yeah, Fabergé gold cigarette case.
Arnett
It's
must
right
be out
there.
of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
Is there anything... a pearl ring as well?
The engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
Wood case, radio, silverware, bond certificates, assorted clothing, leather Bilford, gold caliber, Mont Blanc fountain pen, silver pill.
Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox.
Interesting. New POV, Miss Eastrom. So where are we going? Eastrom residence. Okay. The car will be out here, won't it? Get in, Roy.
So you and Rusty
If anyone's played Fallout, they'll recognize that song.
Something you would like to tell me, partner?
Phelps, don't be so touchy. Rusty had his best ever clearance rate working with you. Even if the cases he worked on can't be discussed. We were just comparing notes. You're a Booneroo case man, Phelps. One of the best I've ever seen.
Thanks.
You gotta learn to take a compliment, Phelps.
He said thank you. How better do you take a compliment?
Circus freak. Only in L.A.
Fairy tales of the rich and famous.
More like pathetic tales of the desperate to be rich and famous. Junkie Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Arnett, LeBlanc, and Willie.
Don't you go putting the pieces together again before they fit, Phelps. Listen to your old pal Rusty. Or should I say Finbar.
I wouldn't call him that if I were you.
What do you care? It doesn't sound like you're the top of his Christmas card list.
He gives everyone a hard time. That's just how he is.
Whatever gets you through the day, Cole.
Another song from Fallout. Well, I don't see why you're so hostile towards everybody, Roy. I mean, I know Rusty is, but Rusty kind of has an excuse. He's Rusty. But it looks like Stefan is finally realizing as well what Rusty is like. They really should have made a sequel to this game. Because I don't think there's a detective game out there that is as good as LA Noire. Now, I'm not saying they needed to make it an LA Noire, an LA Noire 2. That's not what I'm saying. They could have set one anywhere. They could have set one in New York. They could have set one in Detroit. You know, they could have set one anywhere, realistically, if they wanted to. I feel like New York or Miami would be pretty good choices. So, yeah, in all honesty, I think they should make a an LA Noire 2. Granted, it's not as wanted as, say, Bully or Manhunt, but still. Hello.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
Okay.
I am Mrs. Eavestrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Of course, Roy would.
Why would I mind, young man, if you are returning 43 pieces of my property?
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Right. List of stolen items.
Describe to us what was stolen.
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case.
Didn't find that.
$25,000.
Wasn't worth $25,000 at all.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavestrom?
Who do you think you are, making heinous accusations in my own home?
Spoke to a pawnbroker, and he said it ain't worth shit. Well, he said it's worth something, but it's not worth that much, I'm gonna be honest.
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied? My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen.
Burglary incident report.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
A terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife.
Interesting.
I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's interesting.
The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You've only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to
Heather?
ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, Mother and Father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
Come on. Ooh. What happened there? I don't know what happened there. That was a bit scary, fam. Right, how far away is this? Jesus Christ. Everything's ages away. Picked up a passenger.
We're missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglaries.
That he is.
My fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
They're not scurrilous.
And
Man, shut the
Randall was
fuck up.
obviously his partner. But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
No, neither.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
You're in denial,
Quit
love.
talking it, sister.
You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
Let's hope he isn't on that plane to Mexico just yet. He shouldn't be, it's not tomorrow yet. He had to wait a day, didn't he? Which has actually helped us out a ton. It's given us just enough time to fucking nail him. Which is smashing. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, I know LA Noire isn't exactly high on people's list for Rockstar to make a sequel to, but it is on mine because I don't think there's a game out there that does a detective-like vibe to it, to this level, where, you know, you're connecting evidence, you're asking questions. Besides maybe the Sherlock Holmes games, you know, The Devil's Daughter and I can't remember what the other one's called, but those two Sherlock Holmes games. So yeah, I feel like an LA Noire 2 would be very good. And they don't even need, it doesn't even need to be LA Noire 2, you know, they could set it in New York, or in Miami, or in, I don't even know. You know, just anywhere, really. Because then it'd be like True Crime, if you guys remember that, you know, like we had the True Crime streets of New York, and True Crime streets of Los Angeles. You know, you could even set a game in New Orleans if you wanted to, right? You know what I mean? If you wanted to do a whole detective thing. Personally, I think Rockstar are missing out on a lot of money by not doing that. And I think Rockstar needs to broaden their horizons a bit more and not just focus on Grand Theft Auto all the time. You know, especially with GTA 5, the success of GTA 5 put Rockstar into such a, what's the word? Into such a flow of just making new content for GTA 5, because they were just making so much money off people buying shark cards and things. They didn't need to make a new game. But there's not really much else to say about that, really, is there? I mean, you got to respect them for doing that, you know. They saw an opportunity and they took it. But because that opportunity, you know, became such a success for Rockstar, it led to Bully 2 being cancelled, which is a shame.
on, sister.
And there's a few other games that were cancelled as well because of that. Yeah, it'd just be nice for Rockstar to make something that isn't GTA or Red Dead Redemption again.
Welcome, sir.
You know?
I'm sorry, are you a resident?
No. I know they've only made 2 Red Dead Redemption games, but you guys know what I mean.
LAPD detectives. We're here to speak to Henry Arnett.
Oh, Mr. Arnett? Apartment 30. You can take the lift.
Why are you stuttering and stammering? Hey? Hey? Come on, in the elevator. In the elevator.
Well, isn't this just nice and awkward?
Yes. Right, apartment 30. If he's your fiancé, why didn't you know which apartment he lived in anyway? Oh, hello. Those were interesting noises. Is that Henry?
Stop! LAPD! Don't kill him, Cole. This guy's our case. Go on, put your hands in the air.
This is the strong man. This must be the strong man. What the fuck? Oh, he's gone up the pipe. Fucking Mario over here.
Give it up, LAPD.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Sorry, Cole. Come on. Up you go. Right, I think he's going to try and clothesline me. Yep, there he is. Ow. That hurt.
Looks like he got you good, Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop.
I
How'd I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. You came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
That was Arnett.
He's coming around, too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
You missing something, Henry?
What's in that suitcase? Huh? Oh, hello. A watch, huh?
Vacheron Constantine. That's an extremely expensive watch, Henry.
A graduation present from my parents.
Bullshit. A train ticket. Where are you going? Mexico.
You told
Oh.
Heather you're honeymooning without her?
I'm gonna act like I didn't even know. Alright. Come on. I've got a question to ask you, mate. I've got several, in fact. Professional
We
burglary
know all
ring.
about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Okay. What about the Fabergé cigarette case that you stole from your fiance's mother and then pawned so you could buy your ticket to Mexico? What about that one? Eh? What about that one, mate? Go on.
Because you pawned a Fabergé cigarette case today for $600. A case that is on a list of stolen items.
It was Julia's idea. Get a list of society parties and find out where and when, and then have the guests burgled.
Fucking hell, she is seething.
Desperate for money.
Jesus, look at her.
She always wanted more.
That's the Hulk. Motive for Randall murder.
LeBlanc killed Julia Randall.
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was going to marry Heather if she'd have me.
I don't think she will now.
Julia told the others that they were out. That she was going to create a new gang.
You're lying.
What about the train ticket, mate?
I think you ordered them to kill her. It was made to look like suicide, and when the coroner saw through that, you knew it was time to run.
I told you I was involved in the burglaries. I had nothing to do with Julia's death. Why would I need to run?
Then explain the ticket to Mexico City. One way, by the way. One way.
Have you told Miss Swanson that you're leaving for Mexico City tomorrow night? That it's a one-way ticket?
Henry? Tell me it isn't true.
It is true.
Choice. I wanted to marry Heather. I told Julia I wanted out, and she laughed in my face.
Did you?
I had to pay Willie and Jimmy a fortune to do her, and now I'm completely broke.
What you are, Buster, is under arrest.
Okay. And identity of Mr. Henderson. Is that
Who is
Willie
Henderson?
Henderson, by any
What is
chance?
his involvement?
By any chance?
Tell them what you know, Henry. I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
Tell me about your first burglary, and don't lie.
I can't remember. I don't keep a list of these things.
You're full of shit, mate. The fucking contraband list.
Your first burglary was a Dr. Harold Stoneman. You want to explain how he is involved, or shall I?
Henderson is Stoneman. He was crazy about Julia. She could get him to do whatever she wished. He threw the parties, and we arranged the burglaries. Julia never let him touch her. She just kept him hanging on the promise.
Right, so what I suspected. Okay, awesome. Turns out I am a fucking genius.
Henry Arnett, you are under arrest for burglary and for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
That we are. Get him in the back of that van. Right, now I need a car. And we can get to, where are we going? Dr. Stoneman's practice again, okay. Halfway across fucking town. Another song from Fallout.
guess the wedding's off.
He only
Nyong.
robbed her mother and killed her best friend. Cut the guy some slack.
So how does the doctor fit in?
That's what we're about to find out. Maybe we should ask him to give you a quick once-over. That meathead gave you one hell of a pasting.
I've had worse.
You should have seen yourself staggering back in there like a drunken sailor.
Next time you can take the runner, Roy.
I didn't box in the Marines, though, did I?
You should have never told me.
That was a low blow. Right. We're here. Hopefully, while we're here, we might be able to find Willie here as well. Because he's still someone we need to grab. Our resident strongman.
Time for the doctor to give us something to make this all better.
It's probably going to be a splitting headache and more questions going round and round in circles, right, to be honest. Where's your boss?
Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett. And tell him it's urgent.
I can't do that.
Tell him, or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
Doctor, I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in. I told you never to come.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
I'm so glad you came.
Oops.
Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. Do you know that I loved her?
I don't really care. I know it sounds terrible, but I really don't
Will
care.
you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough. She never really cared for me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
I don't really care, to be honest.
Oh, the practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry. I want to see no one. Not my wife, or my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key.
Fair enough.
What have I done?
You oh.
Didn't see that coming.
Well, what's this?
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
He jumped out the fucking window. He thought it was Ezio Auditore.
The coroner, immediately to the offices of Dr. Harold Stoneman, 1646 Ivor Street, Hollywood.
En route, detective. You have a message.
What is it?
Detective Bukowski says the suspect is named Wilson Willie the Wolf Reed, former wrestler.
Ah.
Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective Bukowski says to meet them there.
Awesome.
We have an address.
Hope they haven't been waiting long.
Let's try and wrap this up then.
I hope they haven't been waiting long. Come on, Stefan. Stefan? Roy.
I really fell for that broad.
He really fell from the fucking window, too.
Would you throw it all away for a woman?
Life has a way of making you pay for your pride.
Yeah,
You're quite the
seriously.
romantic, Phelps. Stick with the percentages. Broken hearts are for chumps.
You're talking from experience.
I certainly am. Oh, I like women as much as the next guy. As long as they're in their place and doing what they're told.
I hate you so much, Roy. It's right around the corner. Look at that. Where's Stefan and Rusty? Oh, there.
He's
I can
around
see the
here
car.
somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball shoes and a cream jacket. And get this, the kids around here say he plays the harmonica.
Find a game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off. We'll take this side of the street.
A
Okay.
harmonica playing wrestler. That's a weird one. Think he knits as well?
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. We don't want him to bolt on us.
Wait. Cole. You hear that?
Is it a phone ringing? Is it a phone ringing or is it... I heard something. Oh, I can hear a harmonica. It's coming from down here.
Wilson Reed, LAPD, give yourself up.
Shit. Where is he? He's climbed up there. Of course he fucking has. Come right. Hopefully Stefan and Rusty are up here as well. Well, Stefan will be. I'm not so sure about Rusty. Fuck's sake. Get him right. He gone up? Reload while I can. I like how the normal chase tune now has a little harmonica jingle to it. You coming right? Yep, taking his time.
Hold it. He's got to be around here somewhere. No place to go unless he grew wings.
He could have jumped.
There he is. Waste the son of a bitch.
What was he made of? Got him.
Son of a bitch really picked a spot for it up here, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab. So perfect. Looked like she was made of porcelain. She really made an impression on me.
Julia had that impact on a lot of men.
Christ, it's cold. You guys did good work here today. Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.
Well, there we have it. That is the 4th case on Vice completed now. The Naked City. So here we are. Clues found. 16 of 16. Questions correct. 16 of 16. Case notes. Julia Randall lived fast and died young. Sending 1 man to jail and 3 to the morgue. 5 stars. Case closed. There we are. We got a war flashback from Cole again. There's a lot going on here, isn't there? The hell's that? Oh, it's a howitzer.
The whole company is gone, Hank. The major is dead. We're being overrun. We have to get off of this hill.
That's one of our 50 cals still firing, Cole. The 22nd are still fighting.
Shit. Oh, he's really been through it, hasn't he? Jack?
It's over, Cole. Looks like you're one of the lucky ones.
Say goodbye to your friend Hank, Jack.
He was your friend too, Cole. Is this how you're going to leave him? Are you wounded?
Scratch, Kelso.
Well, get up and get out of that fucking hole. Find a stretcher while you're at it so we can get him out of here.
Who's the senior officer here?
I guess that's you, Cole.
You were up here all night?
Yes, sir.
And your command?
Gone, sir.
Sorry to hear that, son. But God damn it, we have beaten these bastards back. It's the beginning of the end, and it was won here. You're a goddamn hero, son. What's your name?
Lieutenant Phelps, sir.
I'm recommending you for the Silver Star and promoting you to First Lieutenant.
Well, there we have it. So, that's going to be it today from me. So, as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and I'll see you in a bit.